Are you stuck for what to get the artist in your life? Well, look no further. In this video, I've put together a list of unique and thoughtful gift ideas that will please any experienced, intermediate or beginner artist while catering for all budgets. In this clip, I will cover mainly oil and watercolour products, as these are what I have experience with as an artist. But if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask me in the comments below. I do also have more detailed reviews for some of the products used on my channel, so I will put these in the links to help you with your choices. I would also like to mention I have not been sponsored by any companies, and the products listed are recommended purely on my experience. If the artist you are gifting for mentions an item or already has a preferred brand, then this should be your first choice. Alternatively, vouchers for an art store may be a good call. I've been using Winsor & Newton watercolour paint since I started using watercolours many moons ago, and I started with the Cotman Sketches pocket set, which was given to me as a gift. Cotman watercolour paint is a student grade paint, and that is why it is perfect for beginners and intermediates. This would be a great stocking stuffer gift, and there are some really good deals on this range on Amazon, including the field box and the 45 half-pan set, which I have had for over 4 years now, and love it as you can replace the little half pans when you finish. Over the years I've been replacing them with the Winsor & Newton professional half pans, as I am now selling my work, so I need to have light fast paints. Though the professional range is available in half pans, I'm now starting to buy the paint in tubes as I find it more economical. I like to buy the tubes also, as it's easier to see the light fast and lifting qualities of the paints. The next set I'm going to share with you is this fun yet listed as professional artist grade set, which is a great choice for the watercolourist that has everything. It is by a company called Prima Marketing, and the colour range that I chose was Pastel Dreams, as I loved the gorgeous blues. The price has come down a bit since I bought these a few years ago, so check them out, and they have a great range of colourways including vintage, essence, complexion and currants. The next set is really fun and great for urban sketching and sketchbook work because of its compact packaging. It is the NOOR 4-tier watercolour set. I really love the vibrant colours in this set, but unfortunately because the paints are dye based, they are not light fast, so I cannot use them in my work that I sell professionally. They are really fun for sketchbooks though, and a great stocking stuffer. I've been experimenting with metallic paints for a while now, and I've been striving to find good quality metallics that I can use in my artwork that I sell to collectors. Metallic watercolours may not appeal to all artists, but if you are painting a subject like insects, or like me, goddesses or figures from fantasy, they give a little lift to your work. Your choices may depend on what the artist in your life is going to use them for. At a stretch, these may be good for a fine art gift card, or certainly for fine artwork you're selling. I would not recommend these for a hobbyist or someone using them in a sketchbook. If that is who you are buying for, then I would suggest you move forward to the next section where I talk about sketchbook paper. The first brand I'm looking for is the Rembrandt Watercolour Metal Speciality set of 12 half pans. I do have a full review of both of these sets I'm looking at if you want to view in more detail, so please look in the description below. This tin is really well made and comes with a small travel brush, though it's quite cheaply made for a tin of this price tag. The colours included in the speciality set are remarkable for the way they react in different light settings. The chameleon colours especially change colour depending on the angle they are viewed, giving you a whole new dimension of opportunity in your watercolour painting. The interference chameleon spark colours will appear near white or clear on watercolour paper with a very subtle shimmer and very subtle colour. I have personally found that they perform better on a dark background and have used them for subjects such as fish scales, reflections in water and additional accents to metallic surfaces. They change the colour when you look at them from different angles, as they rely on the light hitting the titanium mica flake. All colours in the speciality set have the highest light fastness rating of 3 crosses, which is 100 years under museum conditions. The second paints I'm looking at is the IUILE set of paints. I've only experimented with a sample of these at the moment, but would like to look at the larger set in the future. This is a clue for my family if you're watching. If you're lucky enough to live in the US, it's much easier to get these as it's an American company that makes the paints by hand. So shipping to the UK is expensive and they're very difficult to get hold of, but you can occasionally get sets of them on Amazon and Jackson's. My dream set is the mega half set, so if my kids are watching, get saving as it waves in at a whopping £3,118 before postage. These paints are expensive, but there are sample sets available. That's how I first started using these. So these are a really good idea for a stocking stuffer if you know that someone that you're buying for would really like to try these out. I'm next going to talk about sketchbooks, and I've pitched them at different price points. Firstly, I'm going to talk about my day-to-day sketchbook that I use for planning out my work, which is the Artway Studio Spiral Bound A4 sketchbook. This is a great choice for beginners to professionals using a variety of mediums from pencil sketching to watercolour, and the reason why I like it for my day-to-day planning is because it can take a lot of water on the page as it is 170 GSM. The second book is more for fun or for the urban sketcher and comes in a variety of sizes. It is made by a company called the Handbook Journal Company, and the books come in square, large landscape and pocket panorama with this handy elastic band to keep all your work safe. The paper is 300 GSM, so perfect for watercolour. This would make a unique gift for an urban sketcher or journaler as well as a professional artist. The third book I will mention is more for those taking their watercolour painting to the next level. It is Arch's watercolour paper. I always use hot pressed in blocks as I like to add a lot of detail in my work. But there is also cold pressed paper, which is more suitable for those who paint in less detailed work such as landscapes. I'm now going to talk about the brushes that I use for my work that may be useful to buy as a gift for someone, and they are at different price points. They are based on working with different materials over many years. The first is in a pack and is suitable for many mediums, but I use them mainly with oils. They're from a company called Royal and Langnickel, and the ones that I use are the Gold Taklon range. They would be good also for acrylics. They state on the packaging that they can be used with watercolours, and I have used them with the metallic watercolours. For a more detailed review of these brushes, look in the description. My favourite brushes for watercolour that I have used for over 4 years are the Silver Black Velvet watercolour brushes. I like these because they hold a lot of water, and I bought these in a set of size 4, 8 and 12. These are the brushes that I use in all of my watercolour paintings. Though I use the inexpensive Royal and Langnickel brushes in my oil paintings, I also have 2 of these Winsor & Newton size 14 filbert brushes from the Monarch range, as they hold their shape really well. I have broken the oil paints into 3 groups. The first is student grade. There are many on the market, but I will put my recommendations in the description below. But if you are buying in a store, ensure that you have the ASTMD 4236 rating, as this will mean that it is non-toxic. If you are buying student paints, good brands to go for are Winsor & Newton, Daler Rowney Georgian or Gamblin. I'm now going to talk about professional grade paint. If you are buying for someone that's been painting for a while and have a preferred brand, it may be worth asking them if there's a particular colour they have run out of. Because the artisan paints are made with pure pigments, they are more expensive. The 2 main brands I use in my professional work for their light fast qualities are Williamsburg and Michael Harding. Jackson's also have their own range of artist grade paint, but I have not had a chance to try these out yet. Another paint that you may not have thought about is water mixable paints. This may seem like an odd choice, but this is a great alternative, especially for beginners or those working from a home studio. They work in the same way as oils, but you use water to dilute them instead of toxic solvents. Good brands that I have used in the past are Daler Rowney and Cobra, and if you want more information, check the description below for my water mixable oil playlist. If you have an artist that's been using paints for a while and you would like them to move away from using toxic chemicals, or they don't know how to use mediums, I have a few suggestions. I also have a few clips on my channel on how to paint solvent free, which may help them create a healthier studio. The Chelsea Classic Studio box is a great introduction to natural solvents and mediums that use lavender spike oil as a base. Be quick though, as these go fast. Another great gift, especially for a beginner, is an easel. I've had this particular easel for over 20 years. It's survived 4 house moves and is still going strong. Please check the description below for all of the recommended clips and products from this video. If you have someone that is new to oil painting, they may find this ultimate guide to oil painting with free downloadable guide useful. Also, check my website to see my current fine art prints for sale, and if you would like to see what I'm currently painting, follow me on Instagram.